I want somebody to say I when I say this, okay? I'm not feeling good and I'm not screaming today, but I will tell you this, I told you so. I told you months ago Jeff Sessions was going to go after the midterms. I told you that our guns were going to be taken. As you were voting, they passed something. They passed something, folks. Try to warn you. The ones that's unsubscribing to my channel, I know some of them has been kicked off and blocked and deleted by YouTube for threatening people online. I got like crazy messages telling me that some anonymous channels are coming onto my channel and trying to stop my subscribers. Well, guess what? YouTube is coming for you. Just thought you might want to know that. You're gone. If you did not realize this, my subscribers are so loyal they have reported you. Just thought you might want to know that. That's not all. I'm not done. Kevin Shipp is finally saying that Q and Republicans and Democrats are working together and ruining this country. That's not all. We got former military saying we have signed something as Republicans. Whoever voted Republican, you took our guns. I want you to know that right now. I want y'all to know that. Because the red states means you have lost your guns. KIV is signing it in Alabama as we speak. I tried to warn y'all. Nobody wanted to listen. Just in time for Christmas. Just in time for these migrants and these Honduras rapists to come in here. And just in time for the drones to come in too. But without further ado, this will change the whole ball game. I'm going to let y'all hear what I have found and what I have heard today. But I told you Jeff Sessions was going to go. That's the top of the story. Goodbye. But I'm going to be honest with you. It was all planned. Jeff Sessions getting ready to go underground. A lot of y'all just don't even know. Y'all are all asleep. And it's okay. Because y'all are going to be dead and I'm not. Because I tried to warn y'all. Nobody wanted to listen. I hope y'all enjoy the new videos that I put out there. And another thing, Mary, welcome back. Welcome back, team. I forgot all about that Thomas Geyer guy. He's like a pimple on my ass, if you want to know the truth. And I forgot all about him. I mean, I tried to help him, but he didn't want to listen to me. I told him that our freedom was going to be disappearing, that we had to go to gaming to do the reports, and nobody listened. I even told Jennifer today, one of my subscribers that I have subscribed to, former military Jennifer. But without further ado, we're going to start off with Kevin Shipp has been gone for a while. He is back, folks. Kevin Shipp is back, and thank goodness. He's got some answers for us, and if you trusted Q, then you messed up. You went down the rabbit's hole like I thought you would. I thought Q said to trust Jeff Sessions. I told you Jeff Sessions and Q and all of them were all together. And nobody wanted to listen, but the ones that has subscribed to me and has supported my channel and has been donating. But without further ado, let's do this. Where is that? Where's that? Gosh, there's a lot of news, guys. Hopefully we'll get it all in today. But if we don't, I'll start another video, okay, folks? I will get it done, I promise. We've got so much going on, even an asteroid coming. Okay, here we go.
Experience Control GX for Men. The first shampoo for the brain. So smart, it produces great.
It ain't just for men; it's for women too.
Hi everyone. This will be the second program on the shadow government, which, as you know, the last program.
Ladies and gentlemen, whistleblower, ex-CIA, Kevin Shipp. He's one of the guys that I work with. Been working with him for a couple of years now. He came to Birmingham to a banquet and has spoke to us at the Winfrey Hotel. And I thought y'all might want to learn a little bit from him. He's been threatened, and his family has been poisoned by the Clintons and the Podestas. Enjoy, folks.
Hi everyone. This will be the second program on the shadow government, which, as you know, the last program I differentiated. There's a difference between the shadow government and the deep state. I come from the belly of the beast, from the shadow government, from the CIA, and of course, the higher I got up in there, the more unconstitutional activity I saw, and of course, some was illegal. So we're going to go through part 2 of the shadow government today, and we'll go for about 20-30 minutes, so people have time to watch. And I'll make some comments as we go along. I hope this is eye-opening for everyone. I hope people understand after this that essentially we live in a post-constitutional government. And as long as we all know that, we're educated, we can start working to make a difference, especially through Congress and perhaps even the Supreme Court. So let's begin with our presentation here. Now, it's important to realize that we are supposed to be under a constitutional government. And as I mentioned before, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So if a federal agency violates the Constitution, they are committing a felony or multiple felonies. That's important to remember. We talked last time about the difference between the shadow government and the deep state. The shadow government operates by secrecy, and the deep state operates by money. I went through all of the various agencies in the shadow government. Now, these are all the agencies that operate using the power of secrecy. And there are several of them. We talked about those before. The ones in white have recently been weaponized, starting way back with the CFR, have been weaponized against the sitting president of the United States. And the deep state, as I mentioned the last time, is comprised of the military-industrial complex or military-industrial congressional complex because of how Congress is manipulated through donations, lobbyists, the intelligence contractors, huge part of the shadow government that's unreported and unelected. We'll talk about that later. Defense contractors, Wall Street, which essentially is now a offshoot of the Department of Treasury, sadly. We've got the military-industrial complex lobbyists, foreign lobbyists. Saudi Arabia might as well have a seat in Congress, and also Israel with the power that they wield on Capitol Hill. Excuse me. The Federal Reserve, as we all know, is not federal, nor does it have any reserve. It's composed in secrecy by secret foreign banks that set U.S. economic policy and control the U.S. economy. We'll do a whole separate broadcast on that. That is very, very serious. Our economy is controlled not by our federal government, but by foreign banks that operate in the Federal Reserve in secret. The central banks, of course, that are part of that, and the IMF World Bank connected to the Federal Reserve. And what we're seeing is a merge towards global influence of the U.S. economy in the march towards globalism on behalf of the elites, many in the shadow government and the deep state. So we went through that, and let's continue on. I want it clear that...
Wait a minute. Where did you get that at? Because I'm finding out that everybody's losing their guns from former military. Which we're going to get into that. I got the story here. We just got to listen to Kevin Shipp because this is more important too. It's telling you that POTUS and the Democrats and Q have been lying to us all along. But I'll let you tell your part, and I'll tell you my part, and I'll let you decide because everything that I have said is coming true. By the way, Jeff Sessions has been fired, like I predicted 6 months ago.
Secrecy, specifically regarding the CIA intelligence communities, is supposed to be a foreign mission, and it's bound by regulations to only collect on foreign entities and not U.S. citizens. I will be doing a lecture on how the CIA spies on whistleblowers and silences them later. And by the way, we have a segment on patreon.com/Kevin_ship where I get into the government spying on whistleblowers in detail, and Americans for that matter, which is a violation of U.S. law. And they're doing it. But within the United States, excuse me, there are 10,000 secret sites connected to the CIA and the NSA operating within the United States of America. 10,000 secret sites, most of which are not known or monitored by Congress. This is domestically within the United States. There's 1,271 large...
Guys, breaking news. Good grief. This is crazy. You might want to call your bank and see if your credit card has been hacked. Over 19,000 credit cards have been hacked and 22 banks have been hacked. You need to check your banks and you need to check your credit cards ASAP. This just came out from former military and my advisor. Okay, folks? Check it, please. I care. Y'all don't want to lose your money when a crisis like this happens.
Federal agency involved in secrecy with their headquarters located in the United States. There's 1,931 huge private federal contractors that operate and do much of the secret work for the CIA and the NSA located within the United States. And I'll show you how important that is in a moment. We know that there's 4,800,000 Americans that have a top secret clearance. That's what we know. Actually, the figure is higher than that. There are 854,000 Americans that have the highest clearances available that are located, employed in the United States. And of course, that includes supporting their families. And it's very difficult for them to break free of that. There are hundreds of thousands, from secretaries to CEOs of people within...
Laura, just show your videos to anybody you can. Let them know, hey, look at this guy. He's pretty good at his art. He's pretty good. He does game designs and everything. And that will be your reverse psychology to bringing your family into this. Because while they're watching this, they get to see the real news. They find out that they're being controlled. You see where I'm coming from? My stomach is tore up today, folks. I think I got poisoned yesterday. But I've been sick since 7 a.m. this morning. But I'm just giving y'all heads up. Y'all need to really know that your freedom is being attacked online. And it's going to get worse as we get closer to Christmas. I'm telling you guys, shit's hitting the fan. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you will. You will, I promise. Because everything I have been saying is coming true. I said after they let go of Jeff Sessions, they're going to legalize pot. Remember when I told you that, folks? Now, he's going to legalize the pot. And he's going to poison you with it. Just like the Joker poisoned you with the gas in the 90s in the movie Batman.
United States that are working for these shadow government entities, and their entire financial life depends on it. They are bound by a secrecy oath. Let's say, in this case, the CIA secrecy oath, which they sign, which tells them that if they reveal anything regarding the classified assignments that they're involved in, even if it's illegal activity, even if they're a whistleblower, they will face termination or criminal penalties. In other words, prison. So we wonder why whistleblowers are not coming out of these agencies. Well, this is why. It's a system of complete personal destruction, and I'll cover that. I'll cover that on Patreon /Kevin_ship in alarming detail. If a person within these agencies, in my case within the CIA, has enough evidence to expose the illegal activity of the CIA or the NSA, the executive branch and the CIA can automatically invoke what's called the state's secrets privilege, shut the case down, seal all the evidence as they so not even Congress can see it, and then threaten the employee with prison if he or she talks about the evidence to anyone. That's the power that the shadow government has, and that's why we don't see more whistleblowers coming out, because it's a system of complete personal destruction. And only a few, less than a handful, are willing to stand up against that. Now look at this, the matrix of influence under the Defense Authorization Act. The congressional...
And that's why he recruited me, because I'm not scared of no one. He recruited me to help get out the word of what's happening to the world and what's happening to the country. I'm just not scared of nothing, folks. I've had guns to my head. I've had SWAT team come to my house. I've had FBI come to my house, CIA come to my house, trying to stop me, and nobody can stop me. Even gamers from online trying to bully me, try to stop me coming to my house. Even, the other CIA operative, BP Earthwatch, tried to do it, but he failed. He went to jail, not me. So, I didn't call the law either. It was actually security, and police officer was right across the street. Harlan, shit's hitting the fan. That's all. Get ready. Republicans voted for the guns, like I predicted, and Jeff Sessions just got fired, and now phase 3 is about to come in. You just have to. You just gonna have to back it up. I don't know how to explain it. CIA Kevin Shipp is explaining a lot right now. But all the red states, I will tell you this much, all the red states have failed. All the Republicans took our guns. I told you not to vote Democrat, and I told you not to vote Republican. What did you do? You did it anyways. So, there you have it. And what's going on?
Armed Services Committee. John McCain used to be the chairman. He's been replaced. There are 48 senior members, congressmen and senators that make up the Armed Services Committee, and they decide what sort of military support, defense support.
By the way, your vote never counted. The only reason they want you to vote is to see where you live, where you work, what do you do, what are you doing now, who do you hang out with, how many kids you have, how many, it's just like Alexa asking you for guns. Okay, folks? I'm just giving you heads up, everyone. I'm just telling you. Well, a bunch of y'all did. Because I seen the freaking states light up like a Christmas tree. So, I'm just saying. And what am I getting? 5 likes? Yeah, that didn't surprise me. Y'all a bunch of Antifa bitches out there. I'm telling you. Y'all going to lose your life. I'm just letting you know right now. When the guns gets taken away, I told you so. I don't feel good. I'm feeling good. But I came on here to give you the real news and the real truth. And what have I gotten? What have I gotten? Over 80 subscribers unsubscribed because they didn't want to know the truth and they're scared and they're pussies. Go look at my channel, Harlan. Go look at my channel. Some Nimwad has subscribed to me like over 80 times and then unsubscribed to me because they didn't like my truth. They don't like the truth. Go look at my channel. It's about to get better though because all the 80 subscribers are getting arrested for fraud.
CIA support is going to go to war, essentially. The war machine, bombs, missiles, and bullets. Now, I want you to look at this. This Lockheed Martin, the chief spying arm of the CIA and NSA, General Dynamics, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Boeing, Booz Allen Hamilton, one of the largest ones, and that's where Edward Snowden came from. This represents $1 trillion in annual spending for defense-related purposes. That's a huge amount of money. Huge. $46 billion in foreign arms sales. The United States government, our government, is the biggest arms dealer in the world. $46 billion in foreign arms sales. 150 this year, 150 million in arms going to Saudi Arabia, which teaches the most extreme form of Islam, Wahhabism, and its belief is the overturning of Western.
And who's giving them the arms? Trump and Obama. And your friend Q. Your JFK bitch.
Governments.
And Jared Kushner.
150 million just this year alone of aircraft, of bombs and missiles and state-of-the-art U.S. weaponry.
Lazy people out there.
Now, the average contribution to members of the Armed Services Committee by Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, and these military-industrial contractors, complex contractors, is $700,000 a year. These companies contribute to members of the Congressional Armed Services Committee. They contribute to making sure that they stay as an incumbent. They contribute money into their PACs, their leadership PACs, for their election and re-election. $700,000 a year, on the average, goes to each member of the Armed Services Committee in Congress. As we know, John McCain, before he passed, made $694,508 a year from the military-industrial complex. No wonder.
Now, didn't I say that about McCain, folks? Didn't I tell you that? I believe I did, didn't I? I'm like a mirror of Kevin Shipp, giving you all the information. Now he's telling you, and I told y'all months ago. See, I'm way ahead of all these other YouTube channels. Way ahead. I do see the future. I can see the future, folks. I can see things way ahead of before any of y'all can, because y'all are on the medication that the NWO is controlling you with. Why does Bill Gates not want his kids to be on the iPad or on the computers or the HD TVs or anything? Because he knows that they control them with that. Because you're taking the medication. Yes, I've been having the info first. I've been way ahead of all these big YouTube channels. Way ahead. And what is it? What is everybody else doing? What is the other fake YouTube channels doing? I'm washing their tights along with Stony Stone. By the way, Stony Stone lost everything. Prophecy, that Prophetic Times took the video off of me because he was threatened by my men. That's what happens when you put videos out on me. He's gone. He's out of it. Prophetic Times, thank you for taking the video. You're out of the picture now, man. You do what you want to do, CIA. Operative.
McCain loved war. No wonder Senator McCain was sneaking into Syria, sneaking into Ukraine, on every TV program you could get on, advocating for war in Syria, and on and on and on and on. Well, good old John gets almost $700,000 a year from the military-industrial complex for selling bullets, arms, and airplanes. So war is profitable for members of the Congressional Armed Services Committee. You think that the military-industrial complex has influence over the decisions of our Congress? You bet they do. Now, this is a massive corporate monopoly. And this is what I call the secret.
I believe I said that too, didn't I? General Dunford is the one that's going to sign the papers, and martial law will be in effect. I'll say this again, since Bane is out there whooping Goldust's ass. Martial law is going to be in effect. Martial law is going to be in effect.
Intelligence industrial complex. This is the complex that no one knows about. And the CIA, the NSA, the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, or NGA, and the NRO all employ these companies to do really most of their spying for them. Leidos Holding being a large one, CSRA, CACI, which managed the CIA torture program, We'll do a show on that later. It was not just waterboarding. That was a lie. SAIC, which was involved in the NSA domestic spying program, which was exposed by William Binney and Thomas Drake. And they messed up the Trailblazer program in the NSA, so much so that the federal government lost $7 billion. SAIC lost in that bungled program, and yet they were not held accountable, and they're still working for the military-industrial complex. In this case, the secret intelligence industrial complex. No discipline.
And who's got the $7 billion? None other than China. They're more rich than we are, guys. And we're just sitting here with our thumbs up our ass because they got more men, more robots to come in here and slaughter us. And all y'all are doing is saying, oh, this guy's fear-mongering. I'm going to put my finger up my ass and say, he's wrong.
There's still a contract. Booz Allen Hamilton, one of the biggest of all of them. Actually, the CIA used Booz Allen to structure and develop the intelligence agencies in the government of Egypt. They go back that far. Now, this has been increased, President.
Do y'all realize in 3 months they are thinking about having World War III? World War III. Their date is February the 3rd, 2019 right now, folks. If Putin and Trump don't get on the right page, Trump is going to meet with him one more time, trying to knock some sense into him. And if he don't get any sense, Satan 2 is going to be launched. Where? Y'all ready for this? Who owns the NSA? ICANN and China. Yeah. The New World Order, federal banks, the 13 world banks, George Soros, Henry Kissinger, Michael Bloomberg, which we're going to get into Michael Bloomberg. Bloomberg is one of the guys that signed the executive order on your guns. You're welcome. I hope y'all enjoy y'all's Democrat-Republican Party because your party is about to be crashed.
Trump has increased this dramatically. I'll talk about that in a later show. But up until just a few months ago, this was $50 billion annually of your tax dollars. Did you vote on this? No. Did you get any alerts from your congressmen or senators on this? No.
Did you hear what he said? You didn't vote for nothing. All you did is wasted your gas and your time to line up in a freaking line because you want to listen to Big Brother. Guess what, little brother? They're gonna they don't care how you did it. They don't care. They used you to bring in all of the robots. They used you for all the tax money that you spent. And they have used you and abused you. They ain't even done yet. They're going to have so much fun with y'all Republicans and Democrats that they're going to whip you like a government mule. I think J.R. Ewing would say that on WWE back in the day. You're about to have your ass stomped on. So hard it's not even funny. You know the funny thing is, I was right and the naysayers were wrong. What are you going to do now, naysayers? Huh? What you going to do now? Because my evidence that I'm about to bring out is going to... Hey, I made a lot of money at Sloss Fright Furnace, but I never made any money scaring the shit out of the whole world on YouTube. Never. And this is for free. You know why I came online? To wake your ass up. Go on back out, 31. Oh, you're going to come right back in at 31? And then 30 and then 31? What you trying to do? Unsubscribe and subscribe? Huh? Are you going to unfriend me? Are you going to friend me or unfriend me? Huh? Jennifer's about to bitch slap you. Jennifer is former military from Texas. You're fucked, boy. You're fucked. Just thought you might want to know that.
Nothing. Done in secret.
And Kevin Shipp is coming for you too. Yeah. He's pissed off at you too. I've already told him what y'all are doing on the YouTube channel.
This is top secret, unreported work that the American people do not even know about. Do we have a constitutional crisis? Yes, we do. Also, there's no accountability. No accountability to Congress, no accountability to the American people whatsoever, and Congress doesn't even know the size and extent of this complex, which I will talk about later. So, the cost of the shadow government and deep state, this has gone up significantly when President Trump increased the budget to the intelligence agencies and the Defense Department. But look at this.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Edward Snowden told me to tell you this, Thomas and Anthony. And Stony Stone. Putin's coming to get your guns. I want you to know that. I'm going to be safe. Because if you're not a Republican or a Democrat, you're safe. I tried to tell y'all that, but none of y'all wanted to listen. You wanted to follow the big brother, and y'all thought everything was free. Or maybe you wanted to pretend it was free so you wouldn't get in trouble. Ain't that right? Huh? Scary, isn't it? Scary. We're about to be in a nightmare, and all you do is waste your time on this video. Why would you want to come in here if you don't want to share and like and subscribe? I know why. Because you want to laugh at me and say that I was wrong. Well, guess what, fuckheads? I've been right on 3 stories already today. I told you Democrat was going to win the House. Didn't I? Didn't I? 3 months ago, George Soros said it in an email with Barack Hussein Obama and Trump, you stupid fucks. Trump is a Democrat. I know I did. I know I did. I know who's real and who's fake on here. Thomas Geyer, I know where you live. You live in Bessemer, Alabama. It's what Edward Snowden just told me. Remember the movie Unfriended? I've got the evidence where you're at. Because you unfriended me. Well, right after you unfriended me, I knew where you was living. Close to McCalla, isn't it? Exit 6.
Just before this happened, $50 billion of the total intelligence budget that has gone up. There's $598 billion, the total defense budget that has gone up. $150 billion is the cost of overseas.
Well, the Clintons and the Podesta tried to kill him, Jose. They tried to kill him. He's in Alabama now in a bunker with us. Where do you think I'm at? You think I'm in my own house when this is about to blow up in your face? No. I'm trying to get you to get ready for it. But y'all are going to be 255 million people dead. The East Coast, the West Coast, the South Coast. And guess what? Me in the middle is going to be because I'm not even in the city of Birmingham. Like I said, the city of Birmingham's fucked this year. Anybody that has a city is going to be blown up with your Bethlehem homing device. Yeah, I call it the bathroom. And I have to take a bathroom break. I want to take a shit on the son of a bitch.
Military bases. $5.9 billion in military aid to foreign countries. $4 billion to congressional lobbyists, completely aside from any input by the American people that many times Congress is bought and paid for. I'll do a show on Congress. The elections are over. I'm going to discuss the Congress.
But I will tell you this, and I bet you the fake news won't even tell you this. Don't go to the White House because the drones are there to knock you upside the head. Just get you AR-15s, get you some fast guns now. None of these pistols. Okay? Get you some Gatling guns, whatever you got to get. Okay? And get ready for this. Because if you, like I said yesterday, if you use a pistol, folks, you miss one of them AI drones, you're done. They're going to kill you right off the bat. You need either shotgun. Be honest with you, I don't think a shotgun can save you, even though that Roddy Piper showed it in the movie They Live. But I'm just giving you heads up. Y'all need to get you some guns, some food, some water. Guys, y'all don't understand. That fake moon is about to block the sun. And when it does, folks, you're going to be in the dark for 3 days. But I've heard they could do this for 40 days and 40 nights. I've heard that they could do it more than once. Okay, folks? Y'all need to be ready for this. Y'all need to have solar power panels just in case the power goes out. Get you some candles. Get you some stuff to light up some stuff. You know what I mean? Get you some canned foods. Get you some soybeans. Get ready for this, guys. Quit fucking off. Do you not see the signs? Jeff Sessions was predicted to leave 6 months ago. I told y'all this 6 months ago. Actually, I told you what, May? May? Right after they killed Donald Trump and he turned into a clone? I mean, y'all need to wake up, folks. Y'all are all being played. And now Ted Cruz just wins the House. I told you Ted Cruz was going to be governor. And he is going to be the ones that takes your guns, Texas. He's all in the plan together, folks. He's one of the pieces, the puzzle pieces. Okay? Y'all need to wake up. Republican, Democrat, they're all together. You will find out, okay. If I'm not right, then why is your Democrats still not arrested yet? Oh, I thought you said Q was going to do that too, folks. Huh? I'm about to break down all of your political views of Democrat and Republican like this. What I told you yesterday, Democrat and Republican was controlled by the Federal Reserve. Guess what, folks? Your vote never counted, so why in the fuck are you trying? Why are you fucking trying to even vote? Why don't you try to save yourself and your kids? Because, guys, I'm telling you right now, the signs is here. It showed what was going to happen to Hurricane Harvey. Your kids being locked up like dogs in a cage. Your moms and dads gone, disappeared. Where they at? I tell you where they're at. I hope you're not eating. And I hope you're sitting down. You're processed like freaking food. You might be eating it if you order from McDonald's. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much. Taco Bell, same way. Okay? You need to watch what you're eating, folks. You need to smell it. If it don't taste right, you don't need to eat it. I'm telling you right now. I'm trying to save your ass. Anybody else telling you this? No. Because I've got the balls and nobody else does online. What is BP Earthwatch doing? We got the sun over here and sun over there and the weather over here and the weather over there. Then he talks about the Bible and the Testament and everything. And he don't even know the Bible. He don't even know what he's doing. I just found this out. Paul Begley has turned on BP Earthwatch because of the Testament. Did you know that? Paul Begley is a CIA operative, but he has having to say it the way they hired him to say it. Okay? Like I said, George Soros owns 28,000 preachers. He's paid 28,000 preachers off online and in your cities. One of your cities may have a CIA operative as a preacher. I just thought you might want to know that, folks. Now, don't get me wrong. God is real. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. Or if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be here. I mean, who else saved us? Who else made us? It certainly wasn't George Soros. That old fart can't even do anything. Jennifer would call him old scrotum face. I think that's funny. Jennifer, you're awesome. But listen to what he's saying. We're not done. I got more to show y'all. I hope y'all understand that I'm tough love because I care. Okay? Because a lot of y'all are not even thinking straight. I appreciate of all the subscribers and everything and the donations and stuff, but the money's not going to me. It's going to the military for ammunition and guns and food for them. They're homeless because of your stupid government. And we should be the one to help them. No, all the other YouTube channels are wanting money for themselves. Not me. So remember that.
Congress itself needs reform badly. This is $803 billion. These are your tax dollars. Now, did you vote on your taxes going to this? No. Did you know your taxes went to this? No. And here is the most outrageous part. This is the cost to Americans' vital security. The cost to all of us as Americans with our health care security and all the things, retirement security, that really matter to Americans. Social Security. Congress has stolen the money that people have put into Social Security for their entire working life. Congress has stolen it, and now they're saying, well, Social Security.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say your Social Security was gone? Your retirement plan was gone? My retirement plan, believe it or not, I was retiring early because I got injured at Mason Corporation and at Mercedes. I retired in 2011, folks. And I'm at 41 years old. But I still work as a retired guy. My plan was to work for y'all on YouTube. And they were going to pay me on YouTube. That was going to be my retirement plan. Now, guess what? After I was going, this was my plan, folks. You know how hard I work? Do you want to know how hard I work? I was planning on buying me a new car. Yes, my Camaro is in so many ditches and ran into so many potholes and messed up the dang gas, the freaking pan and everything. And the sad part is I was planning on going back to work for Uber or work for Pizza Hut. I don't care. I like working. I still do massages and, do that and everything, but I like working, folks. I love working. I'm not lazy like other people. I don't care. Now I'm doing this for free for y'all because y'all need to know the truth. I'm a game designer. People buy my game designs and stuff. People buy my art. I've got some really cool stuff coming on my other YouTube channel. So get ready. It's going to be like 20-second videos, but you're going to like them. I did some editing on some stuff. You've probably seen some of them today with me getting in my car or, Eat Your Heart Out, Kyle Busch, jumping in the car like Dukes of Hazzard, except I flew into the car. That was actually edited. I edit all of that, folks. I'm an editor. I work as a commercial art in the 90s. I went to school for commercial art. I went to school for machine shop class. But I can't do it anymore. So this is what I do now. But I don't stop. I take care of dogs. I'm a house sitter. I sit for people. I just don't stop. I love working. And I love working for the American people that understand and is awake. And do you know why I came online? To wake up some more people, because y'all are about to get run over by a freaking bulldozer.
Security may not be around. I'll tell you where they can take the money for Social Security and bring it back into the black, which they should, since it has been stolen. They can take it from the Total Intelligence Agency budget, perhaps. How about military aid to foreign countries? $5.9 billion. Maybe they can replace the money they stole from Social Security from that. Medicare. Money's been stolen from Medicare, and now Congress and the Senate is saying Medicare is too expensive. We're going to have to do away with it. We can't afford it. But let's go back to the $4 billion in congressional lobbyists, $5.9 billion in military aid to foreign countries, $50 billion our total intelligence agency budget, including illegally.
But never fear, our Medicare is big. It's going to be saved, folks. It's going to be saved. Yes, it's going to be saved from your microchip that you take from George Soros. That's right. That's how they're doing it. It's all reverse psychology, folks. Don't you want that microchip? Don't you want to be controlled like a remote control car? Huh? Don't you want to look like Shaquille O'Neal on the NBA on TNT? Looking like a zombie? Hey. Hey. You look like a dumbass. Or that guy from the weather station on Today Channel. The morning channel on Today. On NBC. What did he look like? He looked like a damn zombie. He went, huh? Hey. Where am I at? Oh, that's right. They turned me on with the MK Ultra microchip that the elites got first, and then after the elites, they're priding. They're gonna get the. By the way, I forgot to tell you the number. 5,000 migrants caravan is missing, folks. 5,000 of them, folks. Wonder where they're putting them at. Could they be putting them in plums? That what's it called? Plums. Anybody know what I was talking about yesterday? Plums. Anybody on there? Anybody that was on there yesterday? Do you know what I was talking about? Plums yesterday? Anybody? Plum Island. They're bringing them over there to put in the microchip for them 5,000 migrants. To test them out, to see what they do. And then you're next. You're next unless you shoot and fight back. But hey, y'all ain't gonna fight back because y'all are cowards. I'm not. I've been fighting all my life. But hey, don't be mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger that I've been giving you all the truth and you hate it. You hate that I called out all the hurricanes. And you hate that I called all the earthquakes and the volcanoes. What did I tell you New Year's Eve, folks? What did I tell you? Huh? I told you I could see the future. Nobody wanted to listen. Nobody. Only 12 people listened. They're liking my video because they know that I am the truth. And where's Stony Stone? He's at home washing his tights. Where's Dustin? He's still stuck in 400 subscribers. Because I told him to follow me and start doing shit that I'm doing. Nope. He don't want to do that because he's atheist and he's coming after your guns. Found out he's going to be working to take out your guns because he's Antifa. Antifa is trained to take your guns, folks. Some of them is going to talk American, and the UN, they don't talk American. They don't even cover up. So get ready to get fucked in the ass or in the cat, women and men. Just thought you might want to know that. You can't reason with them. You can't say, "Hey, stop." They're going to just shoot you because their plan is to kill everybody that don't listen. You decide what you want to do. I'm going to fight dying and shooting and killing while they're killing me. I don't give a shit. I'm going to do what my grandfather told me to do in 2011. Never back down. for a fight. I brung down so many bullies in school. One of them bullied my brother, and I knocked that guy right off the dang bleachers and made him bust his head wide open. Because he was bigger than my brother. He was actually bigger than me, but I knocked the shit out of him, and he couldn't get back up. I knew his weakness. He was high every time he got in school. I wasn't. Who was slow there? Him. Just telling you guys, I know everybody's weakness. Everybody's. I know Donald Trump's weakness. He's got to have his caffeine every morning. I know Nick Saban's weakness. He's got to have his oatmeal cake, cookie, whatever you call it, Little Debbie, every morning at 4 a.m. I know Anthony's weakness. I know Anthony's weakness. He owns child support. That's what I was trying to tell you, man. Anthony, if you don't watch it, I'm going to send a letter to your wife that you've been cheating on her. You're done, dude. You're done, man. I know your wife. I know David's wife. David's wife has more respect than any of you two combined. I have a lot of respect for her. You're lazy. Y'all two are lazy. Y'all are lazy. You don't work. All you do is ruin people's YouTube channels and bully people online. And I tried to warn you, bullying is getting killed by killer drones. I told you the Parkland shooting. What did I tell you about the Parkland shooting, folks? They brung in the drones to take out cruises, bullies, making fun of a Mexican. That's what happened, folks. It was all reverse psychology. Why did they attack the people at Las Vegas? The ones that got hit was bullying people on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, or on their cell phones, because they were drunk that night. All 70 of them got hit by drones. That was the Las Vegas shooting. Jason told me that. Jason knew about the dang drones. I didn't know that. He knew what they were going to do. He said he had to keep his mouth shut because they were going to kill him. I understand. He's got a family. I understand. But he's not no Illuminati. I'll tell you that right now. People that sitting there saying Jason Aldean's Illuminati, you're ignorant. You're so stupid. You need to go fall in a freaking lake somewhere. He's working his butt off. And I've seen the messages that some of y'all are saying. Jason Aldean's a country singer. He don't shoot guns and he don't fight and everything. Let me tell you something, you stupid motherfuckers. He was in the military. He was in the military. Just like my stepfather. Just like my grandfather. Just like my uncles and my cousin. I grew up with military. Some of y'all probably didn't. I have moved around all over the place. Y'all just think that you know everything. But you don't. Because you don't want to know. You just hide yourself in an Xbox or a PlayStation game. Isn't it right, Anthony? You and everybody else online that kicked me out when I was trying to save your life. All you did is sit there and bash me and said I was crazy. Well, guess who's crazy now, fuck boys? Huh? That's what I like about this. See, when I'm right, I love smashing it right in your face, bullies. Antifa, sexual harassment and threats. This is for Brianna. By the way, Brianna was murdered by ISIS. She was kidnapped, folks. Beaten. Raped by ISIS. In 2016 or 2015, she wanted to come back home and come back to work, I thought. She must have been in a bad relationship after she came back, because she was a whole different person. I'm going to give you a little story about this, folks. She come from Holland to work with me because she knew she needed to get some money and make some money and enjoy life. We went out to eat. We went to the movies. Me, and all the other employees that worked with us. I can't even remember how many people worked with us in this little small apartment. We went swimming. We did this and that and the other. And now she's gone. Now she's gone, folks. She's dead. I have lost more ex-girlfriends. Jody Watson, murdered by former military. They hacked her Facebook and found her. It's former military of ISIS from Chelsea, Alabama. You can look it up. The news says that she was shot in the back of the head in front of her kids, guys, while she was cooking. She sent me a message on February telling me that she wanted me back. It was one of my exes from high school. I've had a couple exes, and we all still get along. We all still work together, and a lot of them have subscribed to me. A bunch has been commenting down below. It's funny. Can you do that? Can you say the same thing, that your exes are still friends with you? No, because I'm sober and some of your exes wasn't. This is how I see the difference here. The men that beats the women are usually 9 out of 10. This is coming out of Jefferson County Sheriff's Department and the hospital of UAB. Are either on something or drunk. That's the truth, folks. Honest truth. I have a lot of followers from women, but I'm starting to get men too, and I really appreciate that. Ryan, I seen what you did the other day. You stood up for me. Thank you, man. Thank you. I seen what you said on Prophetic Times video before he deleted it. I appreciate that, Ryan. You are the man. Seriously. I've never seen anybody back me up like you did. But I will tell you this, folks. I will back you up every day. It doesn't matter how many times you bash me. I'm screaming at Anthony like I'm the football coach at Nick Saban with Alabama, because the dude needs to wake up. He needs to wake up and save his family and save America like we are, because he is with the wrong people. The wrong people. You are with the wrong people, Anthony. You're not going to heaven for it. I promise you that. When you dislike my video and don't share and everything, you want these kids to murder. Somebody told me that the other day, and I was like, oh, don't make it that hard. But I looked at it again, I thought about it, and I was like, you're right. They want them dead. They want to be just like Chelsea Clinton. You're a Chelsea Clinton fan. It's the truth. It's the truth. With Bill Clinton having sex with 13-year-olds and Hillary Clinton being convicted for rape for a 13-year-old back in the day, in the 80s. You just got to think about it, folks. You got to think about what I'm trying to say to you, because time's running out. I have been saying this for a long time. Wormwood is not going to hit us for at least another 11 to 15 more years. Okay? Just thought you might want to know that. But the asteroid could. the artificial asteroid and a real asteroid is going to hit Earth. One of them's going to hit Europe. Yes, Europe is going to get hit, folks, by Russia. Russia is on their now. I think it's any time now. We're waiting on any time on Europe and any time on Israel. They're just waiting on Israel's third temple to be built. And it's being built right now as we speak. It's all planned out, folks. Everything's planned out. The only thing that is not planned out yet is God is not coming back until He says it's time. When Jesus says it's time, He'll be back. But He's not coming back anytime soon. It's a long ways off, guys. A long ways off. I want y'all to know that. But you got to understand this. Your freedom is going downhill because you didn't fight for your freedom. That was a pretty cool character to make. Cyclops from the movie DC Comics. That movie with Batman and Wonder Woman. I seen that and I said, gosh, I gotta make it. But and I made him. That was probably the best Carnage I've ever made. The graphics is getting a lot better this year on Xbox One S. This wasn't like this on PlayStation. But we're not done. I still got more to show y'all. I mean, holy cow. I'm just rambling. But I think y'all all need to know this, folks. Because I'm being shadow banned. Because y'all are not sharing. If you share, you would work. Everything would go smoothly. But you don't even know what that is. Let's keep on going. Oh, it's over. He ended it. Or unless they kicked him off, they ended it. Wow. Okay. Interesting. They have been having problems with his live. They took him off his live feed too, guys. I just found this out. That's why Kevin Ship's having to do short videos. That video was only like 17 minutes, so let's see here. Is that it? I'm going to see before. I don't want to mess up anything. No, it's not. I'm sorry. We got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left, folks. And then we'll go to former military Jennifer about the red flag states. That the red states are the ones that are taking your guns and considered. Other states are going to be in it too, and I will tell y'all the states when we get into that.
Legally spying on Americans. I think perhaps they can take the money from that, excessive spending and sometimes illegal activities, and they can redo Medicare because that is Americans' true security. This is an outrage. Medicaid, they're saying we've got to defund Medicaid. We can no longer afford it. Once again, look at the cost. The budget for the shadow government and the deep state. The government has plenty of money, not just to save these programs, but to actually cause them to grow and expand. But they're not doing it. Healthcare. It took decades for any healthcare to be voted on by the Congress. Shame on them.
Yep.
Including
Shame
the Republicans. Shame on them. While people
I agree. Shame on all of them.
Bankrupt in the VA, they die, and Congress and the Republicans and the Democrats did nothing about it.
Nope.
It took decades. And now, after Obamacare, which was a disaster,
yep.
The Republicans, the rhinos, we'll deal with the rhinos later, are now proposing a new health care program, but they are prohibiting it from covering pre-existing conditions. Over half of us have some pre-existing conditions, most of which are pretty serious, most of which are expensive to be treated, and most of which are expensive for medications. And Congress wants no pre-existing conditions in the proposed healthcare program because they can't afford it. Go back up to the shadow government deep state budget for all of these agencies and foreign aid. We'll take it from there. People, we need to be outraged about this. Yep. We need to raise our voices about this. We need to pound on our congressmen and senators so
He's right.
some of their thick heads that we, the American people, are not going to put up with this any longer. This is an outrage. People are dying. They're going bankrupt while our government arms Saudi Arabia. Our infrastructure is crumbling. Oh, poor infrastructure.
How many people want people to die? Because if you do, you're going to hell. And if you want these kids to die, you're going to hell. And Putin's going to put you there.
You're going to have to come up with new money. No, you don't. You take it from the shadow government deep state budget. The economy, unemployment, now that's gone up under the current administration. Poverty is going down. Americans are still suffering. And we have the money to correct that. The government has billions, actually more than trillions of money that they can spend to save these programs, but they're not doing it. So that's our show for today. And what we're going to do is, excuse me, I'm going to keep going with these segments, keep them short enough so that you all can view them and you can share them with your friends and family. So we'll go for about a half an hour each. We've got a lot to cover regarding the shadow government.
I hate to shorten this, but he's got, I mean, these matches are going so fast, and we've got so much news. But that's Kevin Shipp, ex-CIA, that was poisoned by the NWO. All right, let's keep on going. If you haven't seen my pool shot, actually, I was a pool shooter, believe it or not. Y'all can go back to it. I made a heart for y'all. Thank you for subscribing to me, and thank you for loving my videos and loving my truth, because I really care. I have a big heart. I do. Even though you think I hate you, I don't. I don't hate everyone. I promise you that. And you can go back and look at some of the videos of my dog. When I said, this dog says, really, Andrew said that the Democrats was going to win the House, and then you can go back and look at Mary, the video of her saying she thinks that you're cute. But let's keep on going. Yeah, we're going to go to this one right now. Breaking news. Oh my gosh. Calls for true European army, U.S. and Japan plan battle against China. What? Holy cow! They're turning the boat on China, folks. Europe and Japan wants to take out China. This is interesting. Breaking news. Check this out and share and subscribe and like. The ones that have been subscribing, I love you. We love you. Thank you, last Rose of Summer. Interesting. I babysitted a girl named Rose, and it was the girl that woke my ass up. Almost slapped me she slapped me in the face and told me to wake up in 2014. Pretty cool. Nice to meet you, Rose.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Dina Calmette here with CWW7 News. And for today's broadcast, I wanted to bring you a quick update concerning some headlines in regards to Iran, the United States, China, Japan, as well as France. And I'd like to take you to this first report from the Military Times. And they are reporting that Iran has declared a war situation and has conducted military drills as U.S. sanctions resume. Iran greeted the reimposition of U.S. sanctions on Monday with air defense drills and a statement from the Iranian president that the nation faces a war situation, raising Mideast tensions with the U.S. The sanctions and all economic benefits America had granted Iran from its 2015 nuclear deal with world powers, though Iran for now continues to abide by the accord that saw it limit its enrichment of uranium. While at the moment not threatening to resume higher enrichment, Iranian officials in recent months have made a point to warn the controversial process could resume at any time, faster than before. It goes on further to report that Iranian state television aired footage of air defense systems and anti-aircraft batteries in two-day military maneuvers underway across a vast stretch of the country's north. It included surface-to-air missiles shooting down a drone. Meanwhile, the Iranian president pledged to government officials in comments aired on state TV that Iran would overcome the sanctions, stating that we are in a war situation. We are in the economic war situation. We are confronting a bullying enemy. We have to stand to win. Yesterday, Saddam was in front of us. Today, Trump is in front of us. There is no difference. We must resist and win. Those are definitely fighting words coming out of Iran. But speaking of war, news.com.au is reporting that the U.S. and Japan has drawn up plans to defend the disputed islands from China. The Senkaku Islands are tiny rock spurs, part of a scattering of islands between the northern tip of Taiwan and the Japanese home islands. They are rapidly turning into a flashpoint for war. Beijing claims the islands as part of its historical inheritance, as it does neighboring Taiwan, despite failing to seize the protectorate during the Chinese Civil War. Taiwan, however, was a Japanese protectorate before World War II. It's a messy historical scenario thought resolved through the United Nations conventions and treaties established after the conflict. But ongoing aggressive incursions by Chinese fishing boats, organized as a state militia, and a freshly militarized Coast Guard has seen tensions in the East China Sea flare. Now Japan and the United States are drawing up battle plans to enable their forces to fight together against any Chinese incursion. And their forces are engaged in their biggest combined war games, practicing to do just that. The Japan Times reports government sources as saying discussions are well underway to establish a joint response to any emergency on or around the uninhibited Senkaku Islands. The plan being drawn up assumes such emergencies as armed Chinese fishermen landing on the islands and Japan's self-defense forces needing to be mobilized after the situation exceeds the capacity of the police to respond. It's a rapidly looming scenario. Meanwhile, China's Navy is undergoing an explosive and modernization program. Beijing has all but consolidated its arbitrary claims over the South China Sea through its aggressive artificial island fortress building campaign. Its Navy and Air Force are venturing ever deeper into the Pacific and Indian Oceans. It goes on further to report that the United States is already bound by treaty to defend Japan in the event of an attack. And U.S. President Trump has recently said this treaty includes Japan's claim to the Senkaku Islands. Despite previous U.S. government assertions, it wanted no part in the East China Sea dispute. But now the militaries of the two allied states are discussing how to secure the contested waterway by force of arms. Former Japanese naval attaché at the Japanese embassy in Beijing stated that given that military organizations always need to assume the worst possible situation, it is natural for the two countries to work on this kind of plan against China. The full extent of Beijing's assertiveness has been revealed in freshly released footage and accounts of a near collision between the U.S. and Chinese destroyers in the South China Sea. The South China Morning Post reports a Chinese warship involved in a close encounter that had warned the U.S. Navy vessel would suffer consequences if it did not divert out of the contested waterway. Chatham House International Affairs analyst Bill Hayton told the Hong Kong-based news service, "To my knowledge, this is the first time we've had a direct threat to an American warship with that kind of language." The Chinese destroyer issued the stern verbal message to the USS Decanter before sailing within 45 yards of the vessel in the September 30th incident. The Chinese officer warned, "You are on a dangerous course. If you don't change course, you will suffer consequences." Mr. Hayton stated that this, I think, is the first time we've had the idea of suffering consequences. So that does seem to be an increased level of intimidation. So this is definitely a little bit concerning. One wrong move in the South China Sea could definitely be blown out of proportion and could possibly cause a conflict. Tensions are already very high, but I will definitely continue to keep you updated. But I would like to move on and talk about France next. I have a very interesting headline. Apparently, the French president wants a real European army to combat Russian threat and end a reliance on the United States. Now, this sounds very familiar because back in May, The French president wanted to bring together a 10-nation coalition to prepare European armed forces to take action in emergencies. Now that right there is very prophetic. But with that said, let's move on to the article. The French president is pushing for a real European army to better defend the contingent against Russia. He also said Europe, which mainly depends on the U.S. for security, won't rely solely on its overseas ally. In a lengthy interview to Europe 1 Radio, the French president once again revived his ambitious plans for a combined EU military force. He said, "We won't protect Europeans if we don't decide to have a real European army." He wants the EU military to be independent from its key partner on the other side of the Atlantic, stating that we must have a Europe that can defend itself on its own without relying only on the United States. In the interview, he also criticized U.S. President Trump for deciding to withdraw from the decades-old Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. He said, "When I see President Trump announcing that he's quitting a major disarmament treaty, which was formed after the 1980s Euro missile crisis that hit Europe, who is the main victim? Europe and its security." Meanwhile, the EU executive echoes the EU Army call. Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker, a former premier of Luxembourg, has long been a vocal supporter of the idea that the European Union should have more common defense capability separate from the US-dominated NATO military alliance. The imminent departure from the bloc of Britain, long opposed to EU military collaboration, has reviewed discussion of defense cooperation, as have concerns that President Trump may be less willing than his predecessors to come to Europe's defense in the face of a newly assertive Russia. Some EU leaders share Britain's view that giving the EU a big military role could undermine NATO. Traditionally neutral non-NATO countries in the Union are also wary. However, most member states agreed last December to cooperate on funding and developing their armed forces, and whether the Commission supported the creation of a European army. The chief spokesman noted that new EU project to collaborate on defense procurement and research, as well as a new EU military peacekeeping missions beyond Europe's border. This is a commission that put forward lots of initiatives and proposals to start building gradually a more meaningful and assertive defense identity in these geopolitical times. I don't think that this defense identity will start with an EU army. We'll see that at some point in time. Probably down the end of this process, we may see something that people already describe as an EU army or an EU pooling of resources to make the EU defense identity more visible and more meaningful. So definitely very interesting news. As I reported on Monday, the
only thing EU has right now is killer drones. Remember that, folks. I think that's their army. Let's keep on. We're almost done, and then we're going to the big news, as this is the last match.
French president is also pushing for a peace plan with Israel and the Palestinians. So I find it very interesting when I first saw this report in May that he also wants to create a 10-nation coalition. In the past, The Economist has also hailed him as Europe's savior. So all of this here is just something to make a note of. But please do leave your comments in the comments section. Tell me what you think. Also, come and visit us on Facebook.
All right, guys, we got to go fast. I'm sorry to bring down Dina that way, but she's slow on some stuff. All right, here we go, guys. Enjoy. Jennifer, former veteran, military, a good friend of mine from Texas. What you didn't hear about midterm states say, fuck you, Second Amendment is what your government just said. All right, here you go. Enjoy. She knows what's up. She's good. That's all I got to say.
What's going on? Thanks for hopping on. Well, I have to share all my stuff now so people can get notifications. But wow, this is insane, and it's not just happening there. We've got red flag laws, and if you don't
go anywhere, guys. I'll start a bonus match while we're sitting here listening to her. This is very important. This needs to be shared viral.
Think it's happening in other states. This is insane. I don't even know how it's legal. But let's listen real quick to what
The rap
Not this fool,
said yesterday
but
about his interpretation.
Ice Cube has to say.
To bear arms is because that's the last form of defense against tyranny. Not to hunt. It's to protect yourself from the police.
And do you see any link between that and these sorts of incidents?
No. Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to kill people, they don't need a gun to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it easier then, doesn't it?
Not really. You can strap explosives on your body. They do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I thought we were done. Just listen.
All right. So, let's check out what Washington State just passed yesterday during the midterms. What I want to first show you is how I feel that this got passed, because most Americans are dumb. Okay? I'm just going to say that. So you go to Ballotpedia because that's what people do, but when they're too lazy to actually look up what's on their legislation, and let's see what this initiative says. The video, not you. Oh, anyway, so if you went to Ballotpedia right...
Guys, she's about to read you what I've been telling y'all for months. Okay? This girl is good. She's smart. All I got to say is get ready. Hopefully you don't have nothing in your hand or anything to eat, or you're eating something, or you better be sitting down for this. This is true. All of this is true, folks.
Before you went to vote, it says, okay, so if you vote yes, you're supporting the ballot initiative to implement restrictions on the purchase of ownership of firearms, including raising the minimum age to 21, background checks, waiting periods, and storage requirements. If you vote no, then okay. So essentially, if somebody just read that with our goldfish mentalities these days, they would think that, okay, they're just gonna raise the gun age. That essentially is what it states. And so it's like, I can see how some whiny pants people would say, oh, well, that's not such a bad idea. And even some people that are kind of moderate in the middle. Okay, let's just raise the age. What it doesn't tell you is it is a 30-page piece of crap initiative written apparently by a school child. I'm not kidding. I think that it really was. 30 pages of horseshit. It is insane. So, the initiative measure 1639, filed May 2nd, 2018, an act, I'm not going to read the whole thing, y'all, so don't, freak out. Relating to increasing public safety by implementing firearm safety measures, including requiring enhanced background checks, waiting periods, and increased age requirements for semi-automatic assault rifles. Okay. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. Mm-hmm. And to secure gun storage for all firearms. So what this passed means you can no longer defend yourself.
Nope.
In a life or death situation.
Nope.
They are requiring you to have your guns locked up at all times with a trigger lock, with a safe, with all of these situations, and police officers can go into your home and check if this is, in fact, if you're obeying their masters. Mm-hmm. Although on the police side, they completely denounce this and they think it was absolutely insane. But let's read this. Okay. So, this makes me sick. Semi-automatic rifles are specifically designed to kill quickly and efficiently, and have been used in some of the country's deadliest mass shootings, including Newtown, Connecticut, Las Vegas, Nevada, Parkland, Orlando, among others. Oh, really? Really? Really?
And all of them were drones, not your shootings. Wasn't guns, guys. It was all AI drones. That's why she's about to get pissed. She's like me. I'm pissed off just like she is. I'm glad we're on the same team.
So we're going to use false flags to make legislation. And everybody said, oh, it's not going to happen.
I said it was going to happen.
Columbine. Really? It's weird because we have a whole lot of evidence that none of those people, I'm just going to leave it at that. Y'all know what I mean by that because this is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also, you can no longer buy a gun until you're 21. So you can go serve your country and die for your country at 18 years old. In some cases, 17. But you cannot buy a firearm to protect your family. Among that, this thing is legitimately, look how ridiculously it's written. I'll link the entire thing. Let me get to the main point. So the vote no, these people were trying to fight it, but as we know, usually when people are trying to fight things, people are too lazy to go look into it. So Initiative 1639 would make firearms unavailable for self-defense. Would require gun owners to lock up their firearms or face criminal charges. This strict mandate renders firearms useless in a self-defense situation. Exactly. Requiring them to be locked up. The difference between someone saving their family and becoming a victim of crime sometimes comes down to a few crucial seconds. Exactly. So, it strips adults aged 18 to 20 of their constitutional right to self-defense.
Wow.
Exactly. Constitutional right. That apparently no longer matters. So, it's going to expand the current law prohibiting such law-abiding young adults from purchasing or receiving any semi-automatic rifle. And y'all think this is just rifles? Oh no. You go and read this thing, this includes shotguns, it includes everything. Because it includes anything that doesn't, essentially, only a bolt action, one time, a freaking musket is essentially all you can have. This is insane. Okay, so how they were trying to put it out was, it's a grassroots movement to pass safer gun laws. The truth. Hardly. The truth is that I-1639 is being funded and run by gun control organizations and a handful of anti-gun tech billionaires who want to destroy evergreen states' proud traditions and support for our fundamental right of self-defense. 92% of the $4.4 million in contributions in support of this initiative came from only 10 donors. 78% of the contributions to this initiative came from just 3 families: Paul Allen, Nicholas, and Leslie, Steve and Connie Balmer. I know a lot of the money came from Bloomberg, Michael Bloomberg. Let me see. So
I even said that. I said Michael Bloomberg months ago. See, we're on the same page. What page are y'all on? Oh, that's right. You're on the turn the page, like Monica. Right? You think you're going to survive by yourself? Think again. Because the reason they're taking the guns is for rape, murder, and killings. Just like in Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Michael, Hurricane Harvey, and Hurricane Andrew, all of them were all the same. They did the same thing, took your guns while there was a hurricane. And what did they do? Martial law. So don't tell me that I don't know anything. Because it's all planned for you to lose your freedom, and they do whatever they want to do to you. You wanted to get into the underground sex ring. Well, you're about to find out that you don't want to be in it. And now they're bringing it up top. Anthony, I wonder if you're ready for Honduras to rape you. Joe, hey, Stoney, are you ready to be raped? Jim, Toon, are you ready to be raped? Hey, we're going to lose. Matt Genevis from Detroit, Michigan. Are you ready to be raped? Are you ready? Huh? How about you, ladies? Y'all ready? Because you're going to be caught with your pants down. You ever heard that song by AC/DC? You might want to go look it up. Because they tried to tell you you were about to get caught with your pants down. And we're not. That's why I came online to warn you what was coming. Because I'm the best in the world today online. I've got over 20,000 subscribers on 5 channels. I talk on 2 channels, folks. The other 3, anonymous. Anthony, you've got to find your pictures and your wife's pictures and your kids' pictures somewhere on YouTube. And your map, your Google map to where you're at is on there. It's going to be like an Easter egg hunt. Thomas Geyer, you too. You want to play, Dustin? Do you want to play? See, you can't report these channels because I don't got nothing to report on this channel. This is a decoy. Just like y'all been decoyed from North Korea and China. Because the real shooting and the real bomb and the real thing is about to hit you from outer space. Called Rod of God.
I mean, even talking about Gabby Giffords, you want to know the truth about that? You should check out the truth of the Gabby Giffords shooting. Those are air quotes. Let's look at who. Let me see. I found like the actual names of the people. Frequently asked questions of the people that paid for. Who's behind this? Paul Allen, Nicholas. Oh crap. Every Town for Gun Safety, y'all. That website is so ridiculous. It's got nothing but lies on it. Funded by former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Oh yes. You know, New York City, one of the highest crime rates in the country. What an amazing fella. About as honorable as freaking Rudy Giuliani. That's for another show. The next top contributors donated $150,000.
What did we say about Rudy Giuliani? He was involved with the 9/11 attacks. He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming, folks. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about because I'm from New York and I'm a Yankee. Boom!
I mean, this is absolutely disgusting. They are saying F you to any constitutional rights.
Yep.
Take action. So, I mean, this is just, I'm disgusted at this. This person wrote, somebody wrote,
She got this off the dark web, by the way. It's all true. Everything that's on the dark web is true. All I got to say is lock and load, or you better close your booty hole and your cat, because they're coming for your sex and your kids. I try to warn you. I try to warn you. And none of y'all wanted to listen. Remember, they'll be here by December. You'll be here by December. Where's the 5,000 of them? Huh? They're missing. Are they in the truck? Do y'all want to hear the rest of it? If y'all don't, I'm cutting it off right now because I have not seen that many likes or that many shares. Alright. Y'all have a nice day. Last Rose, thank you for watching. Broken Heart, I know you're shocked. I'm thinking only for... I'll read some of your things before I go. Why not? I may even come back for another video for y'all. How about y'all keep on sharing and liking? I'm thinking only like 4% will fight back. Then I don't know what the heck you just said. You gotta read better than that. I got one eye, man. Thanks. You're welcome. To keep the ship blinded, is that what you're trying to say? Like zombies. They've been being broken heart. Yeah. What would the CIA hire preachers for? You tell me. I mean, to make you delusioned? I don't know. It's all a delusion. Remember, everything's a delusion. Not all preachers are like that, but as we got closer to the 2000s, the preachers was getting bad. You know what made me stop going to church? A preacher was talking about masturbation. That it was good for you. Seriously. I'll never forget it. Shane Rogers found out that he's a preacher now. Found out he was a convicted felon. And then if you don't know who the basement is in Center Point, Matt Pitt, he's been in trouble with the law and he's a preacher. Just thought you might want to know that. But yeah, I'm seeing some things here. Definitely the truth in the world knows it. Yeah, I mean, but over 80 subscribers have been knocked off my other channel, and I'll tell you why, folks. Listening as well. Wow, Jose, you keep on saying that 85% of pastors will leave their congregation in the dark on what all is about to happen. Yes, they're actually they already got a place for them. They're going underground, and then they're going to be buried alive by Satan too, and the rod of God. Let's see here. Is that all? Is that all y'all want to talk about? Because unless you want to hear the rest of it, we'll go to another match. But I believe y'all know the deal now. She's good. I'm good. We do the best we can. I know I get upset and I do some acting stuff, and you know, they're hell bounded. Yeah, and we're locked and loaded. So you think about it, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed my game designs, my arena, the Freddy Kruegers and all that. This is all an act for reverse psychology to bring you in here to show you the real truth and to be camouflaged so you can be listening to the truth, because if you not noticed, all the truthers are disappearing like flies. I hear Lisa Haven could be next, and they're still trying to knock Paul Bagley off. He's already at his second channel. So guys, y'all be safe. I'm out. I've got, like I said, I'm ready to come back. I've got 800 channels ready to go just in case they do knock me again. So it ain't about subscribers. It's all about views. But you got to subscribe and hit that bell to get the next news story. Y'all have a nice day. And I really appreciate Kevin Ship for sharing what he shared today. And Jennifer, oh my gosh, you are an angel and are in disguise. Locked and loaded, brother. Take care, Jose. We hit a home run today. What do you think, man? I told you. That's why I never said one word, breaking news or anything, because I knew 4 o'clock was going to be bam. It was going to hit them in the reality of truth. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Keep on sharing, guys. We got to get the news out. Like Vin Diesel would say. All right? Ride or die. Y'all have a nice day. This is for Paul Walker, Lincoln Park, Chester Bennington that was murdered, Robin Williams, and Heath Ledger. All were murdered by your your group government. And they tried to kill Tupac, but didn't do a too good job because he's still there. We are listening, bro. Yes, you have a nice day, man. I will be back if you want me to come back. Oh, and by the way, did you ever get the pay-per-view for the Crown Jewels? If you didn't, comment down below. I'll send you the pay-per-view of Crown Jewels and Evolution. Alright, guys? Y'all take care. Be safe.